There was an old, isolated hotel nestled deep in the mountains known as the Crescent Manor. The building stood alone, weathered, but dignified, with ivy creeping up its walls and windows that glistened like watchful eyes. To the untrained eye, it looked like a perfect getaway spot, a place to relax and escape the chaos of the world. But those who knew its secrets dared not set foot inside. One crisp autumn evening, a traveler named Alex arrived at the hotel. He had heard whispers of the place, stories about ghost sightings, strange sounds, and guests who checked in but never checked out. But Alex was skeptical. He fancied himself a rational man, not one to be swayed by ghost stories. As he entered the lobby, he noticed an air of eeriness, but he brushed it off, chalking it up to his own nerves. The receptionist welcomed him with a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes, and Alex couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. The old grandfather clock in the corner chimed, but it was stuck at midnight, its hands unmoving despite the sound. He dismissed it as another quirk of the old place, and after receiving his room key, he made his way up the creaking staircase to his room. His room was quaint, with antique furniture and faded wallpaper. It felt like stepping back in time. As he unpacked, he noticed a strange hum, like a whispering wind. Even though the windows were shut tight, Alex opened the door to investigate, but found only an empty hallway that stretched longer than he remembered. He frowned, glancing back at his room. It was only a short walk from the staircase, wasn't it? Now it seemed to twist and turn, leading deeper into the hotel. He tried to retrace his steps, but each corridor only led him back to where he started. The walls seemed to close in, and a cold chill ran down his spine as he turned corner after corner, finding no familiar signs, no way back. Then he began to notice the other guests. They appeared like phantoms wandering the halls with blank expressions, some mumbling to themselves, others staring off into space as if in a trance. "Are you lost?" a voice whispered behind him. Alex spun around to see a woman, pale and weary, standing just a few feet away. Her eyes were sunken, and she looked as though she hadn't slept in days. "Yes, actually," Alex replied. "I was trying to get back to my room, but—" She shook her head, cutting him off. "This place doesn't let you go. Once you're in, you're part of it. I've been here for, well, I don't remember how long. Time doesn't work here. The clocks are always stuck at midnight, and I swear I've seen that same shadow cross the hallway more times than I can count." Alex tried to reason with her, to tell her that there had to be a way out, but she just gave him a sad smile. "You'll see," she whispered before fading into the darkness, leaving Alex alone once again. He continued to wander, trying every door he could find. Some led to empty rooms, others to corridors he swore he'd already passed. Shadows danced in the corners, always just out of sight, but he could feel them watching, waiting. His heart raced as he pushed forward, feeling a sense of urgency he couldn't explain. The hotel was changing around him, trapping him in an endless maze, and he could feel his own memories slipping away as if the walls themselves were absorbing them. In a final act of desperation, Alex made a dash for the front door, but when he reached it, he found only a mirror where the exit should have been. He looked at his own reflection, but something was off. His face was there, but it looked distant, unfamiliar. As he reached out, the reflection shifted, showing him a glimpse of himself wandering the halls, just like the others. He gasped and stepped back, but there was no escaping the truth. The Crescent Manor had claimed another guest, another soul, lost to its endless halls and midnight whispers, and so Alex became one of them. A shadow in the corridors, a whisper in the wind, forever trapped in a hotel that would never let him go.